Hey, yo, check me out at Alpha Male K. Today I'm gonna do a prison story about one of my dear brother friends and comrade, aka Razor. But before I get into that story, I'm gonna take you back to how he ended up getting the mentality that he got, that TTG and on GO, train to go and on go at all times. This is where it happened at. Back in the days as teenagers in Rikers Island, he got put into a all Puerto Rican pod. You know, the Germans, as they call them, they had a little gang over there. So Razor goes in, check out the lay of the land. He make the first night. That morning, he gets up early. Nobody's up. He goes and turns the TV on, make him some cereal, and sit down, start watching his favorite cartoons. Well, he grew up with Puerto Ricans all his life, you know what I'm saying? And he was born in New York in the Bronx. So when the Puerto Ricans started waking up, they see that somebody's in there watching TV. So one of them goes and turn the TV off and walk out of the space with the TV area. So Razor looks around, he see the dude, so he get back up, bop back up to the TV, turn it back on, and he goes over to the dude and say, "Yo, man, don't fuck with that TV no more, don't touch it." So Razor sit back down with his back to him, continue on eating his cereal and watching his cartoons. Next thing you know, he feels a sharp pain in his neck. Dude done hit him with a poker, ice pick, and he blacked out. So when Razor awakened, he was in the hospital, and they told him how serious the wound was, and he made it out of it. So, it barely missed his organs, paralyzed and whatever. So, his shit to paralyze him. So, Razor healed back up. So, we come across each other. The next time we run into each other, we're in the penitentiary in North Carolina. Now we all Bloods. We on the same team as Bloods. And, but we never could get on the same compound because the STG officers and all the powers that be in the penitentiary, they say go hard and have influence on a lot of people. They try to keep us away from each other. So finally, after so many years, we end up getting off a lockup at the same time out of the beam and the hole, and we end up transferring to the same prison. Well, we was happy, you know what I'm saying? So we came together and we went to breakfast one morning. And when me and Razor together, we don't talk or nothing, but if the love is there, we understand each other and all of that. But we always, no smiles allowed, we, screw facing. But Razor had one of the coldest, most fearsome ice grills, of anybody I know, you know what I'm saying? And he stayed TTG on go at all times. So we in the mess hall went in line, and we put our backs to the wall and ice grill and just surveying the landscape in the mess hall, because it pops off at all times, so we head on a swivel. And while we just sitting there, just resting our feet up, move every time the line move up, there's one tall black guy right in front of a slim cat, about 6'3", 6'4", real slim, dark skin, and he had a little plaits in his head, like he was freshly starting some dreads or something. So just out of the blue, he just turned around and squared up on Razor. Razor a little short cat, about 5'7", 5'6", and brown skin cat, but heart big as a lion. He ain't got no fear in him, no whatsoever. Go hand to hand, gun to gun, knife, whatever. He with it. He about that. So we sitting there, and I got my hammer on me. I got two of them, matter of fact. And I looked at Razor, when he first come in, and we dapped and hugged. I ain't see a razor blade in his mouth. I ain't see one in his hands. I didn't see nothing, no signs of a weapon. You know what I'm saying? And but we all know you never go anywhere without a weapon. So I knew he got something, but I just don't know what he had. So and it was all good. So when the dude squared up on him, Razor looks, I see it. So Razor's looking at the dude. He said, "You are fucking me, dude?" And the dude just, just straight his grilling, just staring at him. And this clown had on flip-flops, you know what I'm saying? So whenever Razor said that, I reached for my hammers. And as my hands grabbed around the handles, I heard Razor say, "You sure you want this? You want this? You ready?" And boom, As soon as he swung, he hit him across, diagonal across the shit. Blood went everywhere. And when people seen, you know, all these cats start screaming and all this and that, and the dude hollered, the cat. We come to find out he was a folk, right? So COs ran over there, you know, and got Razor, you know what I'm saying, handcuffed and take him out, and took the cat to medical. So now I'm like pissed off and like, damn, you know, me and my boy was here, we gonna get some money, you know what I'm saying, because we had everything sewn on the camp, you know what I'm saying. So then I go back to the block and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, damn, you know, my nigga gone, this and that, and we just got off a lockup. So they always was calling us bean marks because we stay in the box, you know. We get out, blow something up, and go back and just laugh and joke about it until the time we get off again and make another movie. So I'm sitting there, damn, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? So I go back to the mess hall the next morning, strapped up and all that, you know, because we found out the dude was a folk, and we just, you know, okay, maybe they might pop off thinking that, you know, his dude got jumped on. So I go in, I run into another one of my homies named Harlem P, and he's Haitian, crazy cat. I'll talk about him again later. He another dear brother, friend, and comrade. So we all on the same set. So we sitting there, we talking. All right, and this one dude come in and he see somebody that he known from the streets. And yo, what's up, man? And he walked right past us in flip flops early in the morning. And he gets in line where the cat said that he knew. So, you know, I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, I know when son get finished talking to his peoples, he gonna get back in line, you know what I'm saying? He ain't just jumping or so. But he never moved, so he was like, yo, I'm getting ready to holler at this cat, tell him, yo, he jumped line and shit. I said, nah, man, let that go, man, I got it. So he said, you sure? I said, yeah, let it go. So we sit there, and once we go sit down, got our trays, we sit down, P was like, big homie, man, why you ain't eating that? He said, you know what I'm saying? You know I'm always eating our food and shit, because I worked out all the time, so I always was eating up every damn thing in sight. So I said, nah. I said, yo, you can have it. Push it across to him. I said, I'm going to eat later. So I see the dude get up and leave, the guy who had passed us in line. So I hit the table, let everybody know I'm out. I said, yo, I'll catch you later on, P. I ain't want to let him know what I was getting ready to go down because, you know, we all done been doing time, mad time and the whole night. And I know if I told Pete, he gonna ride with it, you know what I'm saying? And we both gonna be gone. So I just say, yo, he can stay out here, I'm gone. So I follow the cat, unsuspecting. He ain't even know I was behind him. So we walk to the block. They got the little towers where the COs be in. And you just throw your card up, and if they recognize it, whatever, they pop your door. Because you got your room key. So boom, they pop this door. I'm following him. He ain't even suspecting nothing. You know, so we get up to his room, his door pop, he goes in, I rush him. Hit him about 5 times, threw him, knocked him out, put him in the bed, pull the covers over him. So I walk back out, got her to open the door, and I'll go to my block. Where they find out later, code 6, code 7, you know, medical, whatever. So they hollering, and next thing you know, that night, about 2, 3 in the morning, hit my door, and telling me to cuff up about 30, 40 COs, cuff up, stick your hand through the trap, you know, yada, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I end up going back to the box, and me and Razor on Supermax together and stuff. So like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until the next one, peace.